So this is a space many of my families like to see on the tours, which is our kindergarten classroom. As you can see, all the desks have their chairs up right now, but there's still stuff hanging around because we weren't sure how long we were going to be gone when we left the classrooms in March. So this is kindergarten. Let me just do a wide shot. What's nice that you could see, and it's like this in all the different classrooms, are these giant windows with the plants, lots of light, lots of green space right outside. It gives all of the classrooms here a really open feel. One thing I do like to point out while we're in here, and now that there's no classrooms going on while I'm doing my tour, I could point it out in any classroom. But I like to point out these icons. They're over the whiteboard, if you can see. They're colorful in here. These icons were tools that were developed for GATE programs by Dr. Sandra Kaplan. They're in every classroom. Also, here's our scholarly traits poster. We have these hanging in our classrooms. Talks about different traits of a scholar. So like here, scholars are always doing professional work and shoot for the stars. Scholars are half full. They always have more to learn. They exercise their minds by trying challenging tasks. Since nobody is here, we'll do a quick intro to all the different classrooms down here. So this is the first grade classroom. Again, you'll see the big windows. Very nice. The icons above the whiteboard. Some classrooms have the icons in different places. This is first. Alrighty, here's second grade. We're walking into second grade. So she doesn't have her white icons above the whiteboard here. She has them along her back wall. So here is the second grade classroom. Ta-da, the icons. So here we are at the third grade classroom. One thing I do like to tell people is something you won't see here is what I call the wall of work. Both of my boys graduated from this program, and one thing that I noticed at elementary level before they were able to come here, before we were open as a program, my older son was in elementary for quite some time in his public school, and they do what I call the wall of work. So they get an assignment, the kids do the assignment, and they put it up on the wall, and they all look identical except for the writing. That's how you find your child's work. Well, here, when they have the same assignment, because there's so much of each child that goes into each assignment, even if it's the same assignment and even if it's the same template, nothing will look identical. So it's hard to see from here, but these three posters are an example. This was a lesson at the beginning of the year on here where they did a how-to something. So you could see somebody chose how to surf a barrel recipe on one of them, and one of them says how to wash your dog. So there was choice with the assignment, but they all had to do the same assignment. So we're upstairs. I'm quiet because our sixth grade teacher is actually here. One of them, she's having a Zoom classroom meeting with her students, and I don't want to interrupt them. So I talked about how when we started and expanded to middle school, the kids wanted to have a little larger social population. So we actually have 2 5th grades, 2 6th grades, 2 7th grades, and 2 8th grades. So this is one of our 5th grade classrooms. Some more evidence of, I'm not sure what project they did, but you could see how different they all look. The icons above the board. This to me looks like a project where they were all working on some kind of a quilting square and they put them together. And again, the big windows that you'll see. Here is the 2nd 5th grade classroom. They have some of their work up on the wall still. Again, we didn't know how long we'd be gone when we left in March. We do now. Icons are above the whiteboard. This is 5th grade. 4th grade classroom. Oh, They were doing something with sunflowers. They have some math up on the wall. Their icons on the white above the whiteboard. Again, their big windows. And we have some scholar work. This is fourth grade. This is one of the 6th grade classrooms. Like I said, when kids get to 6th grade, that's considered middle school for us. They will have 2 different teachers. So this is the language arts, social studies classroom. And you can see some of the social studies work here on the wall. Maps. Ancient Egypt, perhaps, is what it looks like to me. Icons above the board. The desks that they use in middle school and the chairs, they're not really desks, they're tables. Again, lend very much to the collaborative nature of the program. Like I said, the group work, the group discussion, these tables and chairs really lend themselves to that. This is 6th grade math and science. Here's some examples of some of the work they were doing with rocks. Yeah. So again, an example of how the lesson is the same, but the products that the kids come up with are different. So it has to do with Darwin's bark spider family tree. It actually is science, not math. 7th grade and 8th grade science. So again, when they get to 7th and 8th grade, they have different teachers for every subject. So this is 7th and 8th grade science. And you can see the tables here are a little different. They have that smooth top when they're doing experiments and whatnot. It's easy to keep these clean. So, science. 7th and 8th grade math. So this is the 7th and 8th grade math room. Yes, we still have the icons. They can be used for math as well. 7th and 8th grade, you can see we have those tables, the little gathering tables. Very nice for discussion and group work. Some of the work that was left behind, very artistic, very artistic. Looks like they're working on some things with these pyramids. Here's some origami math. Here we go. Here's a little quick idea of some things that they might work on. Okay. So this is math, 7th and 8th. Ta-da. Okay, 7th and 8th grade language arts. It looks like they had a little more chance to clean up some of the stuff than other classrooms did. It doesn't normally look this bare, but again, you can see the icons above the board. One thing that I find really cool with our curriculum is there's, like I said earlier, a lot of choice. Kids put themselves into their work quite a bit here. One thing that the teacher for 7th and 8th grade language arts has done is something called a book tasting, which is cool. And she'll have a different book on a different table, maybe 4 or 5 different books, and kids can rotate tables, read the first couple pages of each book, and then decide which book they would like to read for their next assignment. So they'll be in book groups, and but they can choose. They can choose which one they're going to read. Last classroom. Last classroom is 7th and 8th grade history, social studies. So here is 7th and 8th grade social studies.